Automation anxiety first emerged as soon as people realized that machines could start doing repetitive tasks efficiently. The issue became prevalent during the Industrial Revolution in Britain, where there were huge strides in technology that made manufacturing jobs much easier and extremely efficient, causing concern for the health and quantity of manufacturing jobs. Automation anxiety in Britain was so severe at one point that a group of textile workers, now referred to as the Luddites, destroyed various textile machinery, fearing that it would affect their livelihoods. Automation anxiety took its effect in America in the 1920s when people realized that machines were starting to take over simple jobs, like on farms or in construction. The issue became a major concern during the 20s to 40s, so much so that there were several news articles published on the matter, most notably in the New York Times. As a result of the growing concern, John Maynard Keynes coined the term technological unemployment in the 30s. There was another wave of automation anxiety in the 1950s and the 60s, to the point that President Kennedy ranked automation as first on job challenges because inventions, such as the computer, were doing jobs humans could do, except more efficiently.
Because the problem that West Virginia is facing is the problem that all America is going to face. That is the problem of what happens to men when machines take their place.
The problem became especially serious recently when people saw how technological innovations could directly affect employment. Many economists and technologists realized that at the pace that innovation is growing, machines could end up doing many of the jobs humans do, just better. This is because robots are supremely efficient, never needing sleep, breaks, or even raises to keep manufacturing products. Additionally, with the innovations that companies have made to AI and machine learning, machines can even perform the complex tasks that many thought machines could never do just a few years ago. Take the example of Wall Street. Wall Street was one of the premier places for business workers just a few years ago. Now it is overrun by software that trades stocks much faster than any human could. This gives perspective on how far automation has come and how no job is safe from the reaches of technology.
Back in 2005 in San Francisco, a small company called Clarism was started with the goal of creating software that would make businesses more efficient. At first, their software was pretty standard, an interface that helped employees stay organized. But after the major neural network breakthrough in computer science, the company has since exploded. Only a few years back, the company developed their first automated project management software. Once bought, the software runs an analysis of the division of the company it's tasked with overseeing. It then decides of the jobs required to run the project, what can be automated and what can't. After identifying where it needs to find actual human workers, the software hires freelancers over the internet to carry them out. But it doesn't just hire these freelancers, that'd be too expensive. The software is well aware of that, so as the freelancers do work, the bot constantly monitors their progress and closely observes the work they do. The software then uses learning algorithms to teach itself how to do the jobs of the freelancers. So, little do they know, they're actually teaching the bot how to do their own jobs. And every Clarism project management unit worldwide is connected, so they all share what they're learning with one another, creating a network of bots that run divisions of companies completely on their own. And this isn't a small-scale project either. Some of their clients include Dell and Electronic Arts. Perhaps one of the largest white-collar industries that has begun to go under is the financial sector. Especially before 2008, Wall Street was one of the most recognized industries in America. The banks there oversaw hundreds of billions of dollars and were executing thousands of trades a day. And the growth of these banks certainly isn't slowing. Take, for example, JP Morgan Chase. Chase Bank is one of the largest banks in the world. In 2011, they had a market cap of around 125.4 billion US dollars. But in 2016, their numbers were astoundingly different. They would grow over 100% with a market cap of about $307.3 billion. Yet, if we look at how many people were employed there, it actually tells a different story. In 2011, the bank had roughly employed 259,940 people, the most it had ever employed to date. But after that, we see the number slide. In 2016, the number of employees at JP Morgan had actually fallen to 234,355 people, a near 10% decrease in staff. You'd figure that with over a 100% increase in market cap, that additional employees would need to be hired, not fired. To understand why this was, I reached out to a retired options trader who worked at JP Morgan Chase until 2013. His answer was simple: automation. He explained to me that computers were faster, better, and even more accurate in their trades and predictions. saying, "The trading floors are being swapped out for server rooms, and the investment in automation infrastructure is crazy. Banks are actually competing for real estate as close to the New York Stock Exchange as possible." I didn't understand why at first until I heard they just quite literally want to be closer to the New York Stock Exchange so their trading bots can buy and sell shares microseconds faster than their competitors. Automated trading computers have become such an integral part of the company that, quite frankly, the bank doesn't really need too many human traders anymore.
Why? Why should you care about automation? What does this mean for all of you? Perhaps you may be thinking that this has nothing to do with me, or anyone for the next couple of decades, or that there's no chance that I will be personally affected. Well, in reality, it is you. You are the one who should care. You are the ones at risk of losing your jobs. You are the ones that pay for the damage that automation causes. Ask yourself this: what do I want to be when I grow up? You might have a definitive answer, you might not. Either way, how would you react if we were to tell you, sorry, but that'll never happen? It would be a real dream killer if your parents said,
"What do you want to be when you grow up?"
I want to work on Wall Street, just like Papa.
Aw, little Sam, you can't. Because guess what? Robots are taking over the world with their automation and things, and next thing you know, the jobs don't exist.
robots are already learning the arcane art of creativity. So you too aren't safe from the damage that automation will inevitably cause. And a lot of people don't think that their job can be replaced. They feel security in the fact that they think robots cannot do the complex tasks they perform at work every day. Don't think that your dream job is safe. Almost none of them are. The bots aren't coming for merely blue-collar and some white-collar jobs. They're coming for everything. Unlike you, robots don't sleep, robots don't take breaks, robots are always at the top of their game, robots don't demand higher wages or even pay at all. They are the quintessential employee. If you propose to a company, "I'll sell you a worker. It'll work 24 hours a day, every day. It will work at a faster and more efficient rate and produce better products than any other employee. It won't ever complain about its job or working conditions. And it won't even ask you to be paid." Absolutely no company would turn that offer down. Take these words from a former options trader who worked personally on Wall Street for over 7 years, who saw firsthand the damage that automation has caused even on Wall Street.
So, through your background on Wall Street, how have you seen automation affect the jobs in the financial service industry?
That's a good question. It went from traders and salespeople transacting on the telephone to now it's all robots essentially making trades through fiber optic cables to the exchanges.
Well, thank you for your time, sir.
You're welcome.
Even understanding this, there remains a common misconception that automation can only go to the extent of the programmer. Now, with AI technology, we have broken that barrier. Automation and technology has improved with what is known as self-teaching. Programs can now learn how to write articles, trade stocks, and diagnose people with diseases, and they can do this even better than any human can. The programmer merely has to tell the robots what they want them to do and they'll carry it out. There are no limits to what technology can do except in the brains of the programmer.
Oh, what's the C word?
In all seriousness, there is a world of potential at the hands of automation, and only so many jobs left available for humans to take. It may seem absurd or impossible in the near future, but automation is developing at a scary rate that humans simply are not ready. Well, how do you solve it then? What can I do to stop this growing threat of automation? Well, the honest answer is you can't. You can't solve automation because it will never stop growing. There's always going to be someone out there who gets paid to program robots to take jobs. There's always going to be companies profiting off the losses of millions of people. Yet, as scary as it is, automation does promise good with it. Innovation and modernization comes hand in hand with automation. There is a guaranteed increase in productivity and efficiency throughout the country, with less likelihood of failure. Ultimately, automation and the concept of machines replacing human labor has not yet fully been grasped by the public. Yet, this is the future of our society. This is the world you will live in, even in the span of your lifetime. We are the generation that is dealt with the unfair hand, left to deal with this damage. Because in the end, there is no solution. There is only evolution.
It's going to spread all over the country. When a machine takes the job of 10 men, where do those 10 men go? What happens to their families?